And today I would like to get into basically my goal of this episode is that I want to write my professional journey because I suck at this. Even though I'm a professional science writer, yes, science writer is not a story writer. Well, we need to write stories of science, but in real life, like when it gets into the nitty gritty of ourselves, sometimes some people might suck. You need to admit that. And as freelance writers, as freelance science writers, you always need to polish your skills and at your own cost. So think three times before you jump into freelancing. Yeah. For example, if you're in academia, you go to conferences, you can always lean on, you can spend the money to go to conferences and then you can spend money to eat and you get reimbursement. Yeah, sometimes I do miss that part, but yes and no. I'm a mom now. I didn't have kids, and to be honest, I wouldn't be able, I don't think I can ever have kids during PhD. And my PhD was really, really, really tough and full of depressions and so on. But whatever. Today, let's focus on today's topic. We're gonna get into the thing later one day. So, I'm having my very nice colleague, Julia Gray. Please check out her, LinkedIn too. Let me show you her LinkedIn profile. She's really nice and she offers a free workshop. Honestly, the free workshop, because before I know that during her decision making, she was like, should I charge it or not? Because I know she can charge it. She's like, but I want to attract people. That's why I'm putting the price down. But in the end, it's for free. So I gladly, luckily joined Julia Gray. She's doesn't look like her, any of them. I'm surprised. Okay, I don't know. Sorry. But it's in my first right society where, I always talk about Rosalba. Today I'm talking about Julia Gray, a very kind colleague that we are meeting every week in Rosalba's weekly call. So yeah, it's great to have a community. But today I'm not going to share any of her videos. I'm just gonna go over the exercises I did. I know that after doing these exercises of reflecting, first meditation and reflecting what I did in the past, what I'm currently doing, what happened, and then what my future would like to be. And all this and reflecting on my skills, on my values, and so on to write down my journey. Yeah, I've been freelancing for 4 years, on and off. I'd say I spend a lot of time renting, of course. And what did I want to say again? I'm sorry. So yeah, basically I wanted to say that I've been never good at writing my journey. And I, for some reason, let me pause actually. So for some reason, it just, my journey never looked complete. And to be honest, when I was in Cheeky Scientist Association, as a member, not working there, we usually write transition stories. And transition story means that you transit from academia, being a PhD, to your industry journey. And I never wrote one publicly because I don't define it as a real transition, as in I do think, and deep inside, I'm pretty sure I didn't reach where I want to be yet. But it's been 4 or 5 years. It's long. My first job was in Johnson & Johnson. Awesome managers. Awesome. One of the best managers. Two of the best managers, I would say. I will talk about it another day. So let's look at how I can write it right now. And it's really an awesome one. Yeah, and I think she has, if you yeah, she will follow up. Yeah, I think she recorded it, and so I'm gonna transcribe it just to make sure I understand all the details when I have to. But today I'll just start with every paper that I wrote. So it's great to do exercises like this. So first of all, the first page, all the skills that that I'm capable of and especially good at are kind of good in the sense that other people may not be so good at. All right, I'm not getting into details because I don't want to steal her stuff. Please join her free workshop, and especially if you are considering a transition, a career, it's where you should be going. Okay, anyway, now me. Skills, deduction. Yes, I'm like a detective. I deduce AI capability. Well, I deduce all the possible reasons and I deduce the truth. Basically, I love pursuing truth. So deduction, learning, critical thinking, statistics. Yes, when a native English speakers don't, as science writer, couldn't handle a manuscript because of the data, I'm the one who is asked, and I deal with something I never learned. Actually, it was quite a learning curve, but I'm so used to learning, and I love that process, and I love that aha. So statistics, well, better than having nothing. Writing, formatting, yeah, formatting quickly, drawing insights, and this is what I really love doing. That's why I'm doing this podcast. Yeah, another announcement somewhere else, but let's be okay with that right now. Yeah, announcement. It's gonna be an episode. All right, quality check. Yes, same thing, quality check, because the data has problem or whatever has a problem, solvable. Fact checking, of course, because I'm reliable fact checker. All right, data checking. Yeah, data analysis, engineering devices. Yeah, I know it sounds far, but it's really one of my best skills developed at PhD. So that was before the transition, actually. So using my critical thinking to really see where the problems are during our experiment, and sometimes it depends if you can circumvent the problem or you have to face the problem until you solve it. Anyway, so grunts, being instantly responding. I'm not always like that, but when I do that, people love me. Writing theory, awful. What I'm awful at, yeah, okay. Check boxes. Yeah, that's why I left my first job. I just regulatory checking. Okay, let's continue. Regulatory checking. Because it's the same thing every day. Using now it's my skills again. Using AI, being funny, being critical, being detail oriented, being buffering. I'll show you. Do I have that video here? Let me show you that. I hope. And that's from Rosalba's recorded video, and she asked me. She's posting it, so I'm pretty sure I can share it here too. Let me check.
Who would you be without self-doubt?
Oh my god, I've heard that one before, and that's like, I have no idea because I've been living with self-doubt my whole life.
I was really self-conscious like my whole life. I recently had an in-person retreat in Spain at the beginning of the month, and I can say that I've come full circle. Okay, so we did photo shoots, like the professional photographer, and at one point I was just dancing in a bathing suit by the pool. The memes would have like crawled into my skin, and then it was like, because if I can't do this here in front of 2 people by the pool, how do I expect millions of people, thousands of people to see me online?
So this time I focused on my own face, and it's really funny to see my own face. And Rosalba's what comment on me is, "You're buffering. It looks like you're buffering." Anyway, so that's why I put buffering. Anyway, so let's come back to what I'm talking about. Where am I? Oh, being buffering. Follow-ups. Well, when I do good follow-ups, it's really good. Yes. Having an intuition, distinct instinct. Having an instinct or intuition. Let's find. I'm really bad at this. I'm sorry. I like using that word, but I'm not sure if I. Let's just say, what's intuition? Here's intuition. Why do you need to explain your GPT-5? Intuition is a brain's fast, quiet. Yeah, intuition. It's the right word. Okay, good. So, sharing my insights. Yes. Try stuff. Experiment and share. Oh, that's what I love doing. Yes. Try stuff. Experiment and share. Ask stuff. Ask for stuff. Oh, and I used to be a waitress. Well, in North America, a lot of young teenagers, they started working in restaurants, something like that, in different sectors. Restaurants, McDonald's, wow, airports, as long as you're able to. But I worked sometime, I think only 2 weeks, a few years ago, just to have some experience, and also, yeah, this kind of experience. How much money can I make working for a Chinese restaurant? Yeah, and trilingual. Yes, I mean Montreal, Quebec. We generally speak three languages. Even though I'm definitely not good at French, and sometimes I even plan to do French podcast to enhance my French. So my relatives, not relatives, but belle famille could. How to say that? My in-laws would be happy talking to me. Anyway, actually, let's continue. Why do I love something? Being, I don't understand this note, but being 100% available, responsive, efficient, facing. Why do I love something? Yes, because, for example, why do I love waitress work? Yeah, I really love it actually. It feels like I'm being 100% available, responsive, efficient. Really love the word efficient. Facing clients who want to eat. Yes, but I'm not entering like restaurantation. So simple relationship. Yeah, because you're just serving them once. And then you're like, welcome to come next time. And recommend food. Curiosity. Yes, I think that's one of the reasons. Feel bored easily. Oh, that's my awful part. Feel bored easily. Annoyed easily if things are dragging and draining my life. That's why I always want to be the person who is proactive, solving problems, especially if we have upfront tricks that we can hit. Why do we have to spend all the time to take the S that we produced? Okay, now the seventh or the first. It's the first. It's the first. Okay. So second page. Now it's about patterns, solving values, technical issues. Yeah, patterns and values. It's about patterns and values. So my pattern is to solve technical issues and timeline efficiency issues. I'm actually very good at that, no matter in the lab or using AI. and I never took a AI course. I took one that's teaching how we use AI to do marketing, but honestly, what I learned, well, I still learned something that's affecting my current routine actually. But I'm kind of sharing everything here. Am I okay to do that? Wait, yes. Anyway, a systematic course will have to be paid for, but it's cheap. Anyway, it's in my course, and in my exclusive podcast. Something new. Yeah, my pattern is to always want something new. Always want something to improve. Always want cheap and practical improvement. Yes, cheap and practical improvement. And usually after solving the problem, I'm like, done. I don't remember even I did that. Unless it's a domain like statistics that I always fear and then I conquered it, I will remember it. But generally I don't. And I'm having self-doubt. Well, whatever, that's another issue. Insights in tech and human. Yes. Because in the end of the day, yes, there's humanity, but there's also all the systems around humanity, human relations, and I used to definitely suck at it, and now I really want to rip it off and look at the truth. What are people thinking? And yeah, you can see a lot of what I do in my... Sorry. Actually, it's my birthday today, and for some reason, I'm really excited without telling myself it's my birthday. It's because I handled the snow outside 2 to 3 times myself, and it's still snowing. From last night, I handled it once, and then this morning I handled it twice. A lot of dealing with it. I think I'll have to buy a machine for that. But still, I probably slept only 4 hours, but I'm really not having the tendency to sleep. Alright, let's continue. Insights in tech and human. Food. One basic need. Yes. I'm just saying that when I recognize my kid's pattern, I only have one toddler right now, but since she was baby, she always goes into dysregulation, which means that she doesn't know what she needs, and people misunderstand it so much. For example, she's like, I'm annoyed by a toy, or I'm annoyed that the person I just saw that person. But actually, how do you rule out that because she suddenly realized she's hungry and didn't eat for 2 hours? So that's why I say I'm probably good at thinking about basic needs of human. That comes from critical thinking. And to meet that needs, recognize the needs and meet the needs. And of course, I have the need to share. I have the need to be standing and meditate. Standing meditate? I think I wrote wrong. I have the need to be standing alert. Oh, I don't know. We'll see if this one makes sense. Need to seek truth. Yeah. Need to seek betterment. Is it a word? Or just betterment. Something that's becoming better and better. Need to improve. I hate repetitive tasks because it's equal to wasting time in life, in my deep values. Because to be honest, I really tried to do certain jobs and it really pays well. And unfortunately, I tried for really a long time and I really couldn't anymore. Because that's just me. Alright, job search. Yeah, because I hate job searching. That's why I don't have a full-time job right now. Because, the process of job search, you find a transition that possibly is existing or not, or probably already filled, but you need to take your time to fill out everything, the form, and then to hope that you out of 1,000 candidates can get even resume reviewed and being rejected by email. Yeah, that's really my thoughts are so automatically doing that, so that's why it's blocking me doing regular job search. But actually, the importance of what to do is to build a relationship and then also job search. You have to do them both, because when you build relationship, people tell you, please apply online. And yes, it's just tricky for me. All right. Third page. What's happening right now? What's changing that make you want to transition? And I think like I mentioned, I have been transitioning for years. So that's like, what's the need under the 4 years that and you didn't achieve your goal, right? So painful, my painful life. Need to take care of the family and myself. Yes, because sometimes I'm really energetic and so excited doing stuff, and sometimes I'm really not energetic because of repetitive stuff or so on. Now, more creativity. Need to have more creativity. Kid needs me to be patient and putting effort. AI is great and good at prompt engineering. Well, what did I write? So I explore AI because I'm really great and good at prompt engineering. Need financial stability. What's happening now? Yes. Less working hours. Yeah. That too, because if I want to sleep well, I need to work a little bit less. Plus taking care of the kid and my mom and my husband. And my husband usually tends to put himself sick. And then it's a disaster. Anyway, more curiosity. And I want to explore. Yeah, I need more curiosity and exploration time. All right. And the trend in the industry that's happening, that's affecting my decision, is the rise of AI. The rise of medical industry. It's definitely rising because more people get sick and more diseases are getting discovered. And the AI rise enables medical industry to produce more drugs, and then so they need more writers. But to be honest, I'm not good at this, finding clients. And by the way, I'm taking clients. Medical writing, yeah. So, and also handling life needs time. Yeah, also to mention that I not just sleep, but handling depression also needs time. And handling and being patient with the family, then you need to have enough time to be patient with them. Otherwise, I slap everything. I mean, if you don't slap it, how do you make money and how do you... Oh my god. Anyway, so now patterns connected to values change. Okay, sorry, it's values. Troubleshoot. My value is that I want to troubleshoot and enhance work and life efficiency. That includes making life more playful. That's included too, not just efficiency, but to brainstorm how to make the life more efficient. It's also an efficiency work. I mean, you can take years to discover, or you can just use AI to find something. And actually, I bring my kid to libraries. But before I didn't know, because I grew up in China and library is never the place to take kids to, because kids are noisy and so on. but here in Montreal, it's so different. Every city has its own library, and in the library, there's a big kids section, toys, cute, colorful stuff. I brought her so far to 3, and I found this idea using AI. I just asked ChatGPT, and he advised it. And one day I was like, I really don't know how it is, and I went myself first and checked. Okay, they really have something, and it's big, and then it becomes a routine that I bring my kid to the library every day after her daycare, and to play like for an hour or 2. So important, yeah. What's important for me? Family, sleep. To be honest, sleep is really good. If I could ever not sleep, I would, but sleep is so good, and it saves me from depression and everything else, you know? It's gonna be rare if I don't sleep and I can perform normally. So, money, of course, because who wants to not be able to repair their car when the car has problems and seeing it rotten? Alright. Important also creativity in science and life, plus efficiency of posting. This time I wrote posting, talking to people. Yeah, the importance is also talking to people, though sometimes I really forget about it. Alright. Now the 5th page. Science, what? Oh, okay. I think the question is, here Julia said, what do you want to be? Kind of in the future, something? Yeah, I think so. What do you want to be? What do you see yourself? So, and it's interesting. Drawn by all these awesome notes, I wrote quite a few lines that I feel like, oh my god, I never wrote this. So, again, science writer with clarity. Efficiency enhancer. Oh my gosh. I say I'm awesome at it, or of course I'm good at it, but you see, everybody has their own way. I don't know if I can improve yours, but I'll try my best. And sometimes my method may not fit everyone, of course. Not fitting everyone is a general rule. Alright. But I'm really happy to do the work of experimenting what can enhance your efficiency, everyone's efficiency. Now, creativity generator. Yes, creativity, again, like mashup, is a simple trick of human creativity, and that's punchline plus same punchline plus changing premises. Please check out another podcast regarding, or a lot of podcasts regarding this topic. I'm not gonna expand here. Connection enabler. I'm happy to connect, but with more efficiency of what we want to get. How happy we can be when we connect. That's important, because sometimes you talk to a random person, and just to be fair, there's a good chance that you just stay in touch and say how are you, and that's all. But to be happy is everyone's need. So connection enabler. Deep connection enabler. Certain weird connection enabler. It's something I want to do. It's a little bit contradictory with efficiency enhancer, because when people just spending, that's in my concept. That's why in order to meet all the needs of sharing and having efficiency, I'm doing my podcast. No, but I really want to plug in, but I really want to do a good job in connecting with people, helping them to connect. Yes, helping them to connect and to guess it's better to save it for now. I'll save it. Alright, so I said I want to be an efficiency enhancer, and I'm good at it. Creativity generator, half good at it. I would say the real creativity that this world needs is somebody like my husband. But that's why real creativity doesn't make money, because it's too new. Too new that people generally don't appreciate. Like, it's not like 90 or 80% of people would love to buy, but it's very valuable. Now, connection enabler. That requires more of my people skills. Yeah, so I should be learning more about human, yeah, of course. So actually, I bought some affordable courses on Udemy, so I'm gonna talk about them another day. That's a little bit, I guess I'll have to, can I do it without offending their boundaries, because I paid for them. It's not that I don't mind sharing. It's not that I don't want to share paid stuff. It's that it's leaking other people's information. I think I'll go point by point and put some in exclusive videos and put some in exclusive podcasts and some not. Because I really have to do it and I really want to share. And sharing always is a great opportunity for learning, as learning actually. So yes, exclusive podcast. All right. But I will share some stuff from time to time, of course, because people skills are not really, I mean, almost all the information are out there waiting for you. The problem is that generally people have to pay to access it quick. And you only know how to learn those when you know the keywords, and the keywords related to that need yourself to understand a lot of stuff. Am I getting too complex during this explanation? And I don't think I did it well in the clarity. Let's continue. So I also value insights. I really value insights, and I would like to be an insight digger. And I need to be a money printer. And if you want to donate some money to support me doing podcasts, I'll also put a link. So yeah, and I also kind of want to be certain types of music and short movie, especially cartoon producer. But that's so far away from my training, and I'm not sure where that's gonna go. I'll just do what I want to do. That's it. No pressure at all, because that's really out of my domain. All right. So it's done. And the next thing is that I will need to write it into a LinkedIn description. And thank you. I'm really thankful to Julia Grace free workshop. With this, I'm able to write. So yeah, I need inspiration, I need guidance, but I don't have to pay for, Julia Gray, she offers one-on-one coaching, resume reviewing, something like that. And I think she's also possibly building a community. So if ever she does, I'll post whatever link she has. And I'm not sponsored. I'm just really grateful for the free workshop she has offered us. And yeah, and I should take another day to really register here. And she told me that's a very interactive guide. It's an interactive guide, and and it's gonna be helpful. So I'm gonna definitely look at it another day with you guys for my podcast, in my podcast already.